Assalamu alaikum and welcome back, friends. Let's see the structure of the cell membrane. I have recorded already one video on the to explain the different models regarding the structure of the cell membrane, and I have defined cell membrane in that lecture also. I will give the link of that video in the description of this video, so you just please go and watch that lecture to have a knowledge of the first lecture regarding the cell membrane and its structure, right? So let's move further forward and see the real structure of the cell membrane. So I had told you the third model which was presented was the fluid mosaic model, right? Was the fluid mosaic model, right? And this model says that cell membrane is made up of phospholipids and associated proteins. Okay, cell membrane is made up of phospholipids and associated proteins. So first I will go in the description and the detail of these phospholipids, and then we will move further forward in the description and the explanation of this associated proteins, that which proteins are there in the cell membrane, which proteins are found, right? So let us go in the detail of these phospholipids, right? And what are we just say that which lipids are present in the cell membrane, right? If someone asks which lipids are found in your cell membrane, so there are two groups of lipids which are found in the cell membrane. The first group are called the phospholipids. Inside our cell membrane we have two groups of lipids. The first phospholipid and the second very small molecules are called the cholesterols. Right, we should not forget these cholesterols. Okay, so the phospholipids and cholesterols are the lipids which are found in the cell membrane. Let me go first of all in detail of these phospholipids. Okay, first, phospholipids. Phospholipids are complex lipids, right? Phospholipids are complex lipids which are present in the cell membrane. First of all, let me take this one molecule from here, this one phospholipid from there, and put it here and see the explanation of that, right? You know that here is a red color head, right? Red color head of, if we talk about this one, red color head, and the two green color tails. The two green color tails. Let us take that and put it here. So the phospholipid has a red color head, right? For example, and the two lipids or the fatty acids associated with that, like this. Okay, and let's make one other here. This person is standing opposite to that friend, like this. And let's see the detail of them. Okay, these are the two phospholipid molecules. First, this is the phosphate head, right? And these two are the lipid tails. You can see that here the head is downward. Here is the phosphate head, right? And these are the lipids or fatty acids, lipids, right? So in the cell membrane, in the core of the cell membrane, you can see that all present or what are present in the core of cell membrane, these are only lipids which are present inside the cell membrane, you can see here, right? But on outsides of these lipids, on both sides, there are phosphate heads, right? Like this. Okay, let me draw a cell here. Here is a cell, right? Here is fluids, intracellular fluids. Here are fluids, extracellular fluids, right? In these fluids there will be water, in these fluid also there will be water, and you know that water is a polar compound. You know friends, water is a polar compound. Here also, if I draw here, we have water, and water is a polar compound. It means that it has one in partial positive, one in partial negative, right? And if we draw here our cell membrane, like this, right? This is our cell membrane, and these are the lipids. Right, these are the lipids, and let me make it, we have enlarged this little part of the cell membrane here, right? So you can see that inside the cell there are polar substances, outside the cell there are polar substances. One end of the cell membrane is pointing towards the polar substances. The inner end is also pointing towards the polar substances. Right? But the middle of the cell membrane, right, the middle lipid layer is going away from the polar substance. It means that this core of the polar of the cell membrane is non-polar, right? As it is moving away from that side, also going away from the polar substances, and from this side also going away from the polar substances. Right? So it means that the heads of these phospholipid molecules are embedded in the polar substances from inside, and the head of these phospholipids are embedded in the polar substances from outside also. Right? So these heads are polar lovers. They love polar substances from outside as well as from inside. They are polar lovers. They love polar substances. Right? They are dissolved in the polar substances. But the lipids are the haters of the polar substances. These lipids are the haters. They hate polar substances. They don't dissolve in the polar substances. Right? So that's why we say that in this phospholipid molecule, right, the phosphate end is hydrophilic. The phosphate end is hydrophilic. They love water. Hydrophilic. Right? And this lipid end is totally hydrophobic. Hydrophobic. They don't love polar substances. They don't love water, as they don't love fluid. They don't like fluid, as the fluids which are present outside and inside, they are polar. So we say that the non-polar ends, look carefully, the non-polar ends of these phospholipid molecules are pointing towards each other and moving away from the polar substances. Here are polar substances, here are polar substances are in this diagram, right? So, and the polar ends of these phospholipids are enjoying their party with polar substances, right? So the head, the phospholipid, the phosphate head is polar, and the lipids are non-polar. Right? So if this head is polar, and here the substances are also lying which are polar, and here are also polar substances, right? So we say that in this phospholipid molecule, the polar head is pointing towards the polar substances either outside or inside the cell, and the non-polar heads, right, non-polar tails or the lipid tails which are hydrophobic are going away from the polar substances, right? So this is the phospholipid molecule which I had to explain to you, that and the one end of it contains PO4 yani phosphate, and the other end contains the fatty acid molecules which will combine and make ester bonds, and these ester bonds, these fatty acids are called the lipids, and this is the PO4 end, yani phosphate end, which is little bit charged molecule. And any charged molecule is called is polar, right? So I hope it is clear to you guys. The next, so which lipids? The phospholipids. And one thing more, friends, which is very, very important, you can see here that we have two layers of lipids. Look, this one, if I say that I am inside a cell, I am doing my work inside a cell, right? So this is the cell membrane, right? This is our cell membrane. Okay, and this is our cell membrane. So in this specific part, we have enlarged our cell membrane. This is our cell membrane, right? So here, we can't see that. But if we come to here, we have made it a little bit enlarged, right? Now you can see, we can go inside the cell membrane and see what is there. Right. So you see it, look here, that cell membrane is made up of two phospholipid bilayers. It is a phospholipid bilayer. The lower layer towards the inside of the cell and the outer layer towards the extracellular fluids. Right, done. So look, here are the inner lipid phospholipids, here are the outer phospholipids. Okay, so the inner lipids have different nature. The outer lipids have different nature and composition, right? So we say that these are the outer lipids, these are the inner lipids. Let me put it here. Or let's write it here. So these important terms I hope are clear. So phospholipids are how many layers? Phospholipids are two layers. First, outer lipids. Outer lipids, and then we have the inner lipids. Done. So the outer lipids are different than the inner lipids. So we say that cell membrane, by the composition of phospholipids, cell membrane is asymmetric. Asymmetric means they both have different types of lipids. The outer layer lipids are different than the inner layer of lipids. So the outer layers of the lipids which are present in the outer layer of the cell membrane are called the phosphatidylcholine and sphingomyelin, right? What are those lipids which are present in the outer layer? These are the phosphatidylcholine and sphingomyelin. Right. So the outer lipids are phosphatidylcholine and sphingomyelin, and the inner layer lipids are the phosphatidylethanolamin and phosphatidylserine. So phosphatidylethanolamine, right? And the second layer is the phosphatidylserine. These are the inner lipids, right? So the outer lipids, phosphatidylcholine and sphingomyelin. The inner layer, phosphatidylethanolamine and phosphatidylserine. These are the inner layer lipids. So look, there is the big difference between the composition of the outer layer lipids and the inner layer lipids. And the common thing in between them is the phosphate. Both of them contain phosphates, right? And here also we have phosphates with them. Clear, friends? So these are the phospholipids which are present in your cell membrane. Done. Then what do the cholesterol molecules do? Right? The second thing that we have are the cholesterol. Cholesterols. Right. Okay. What is the function of cholesterol here? Look. here is a phosphate, here is another phosphate, here is another phosphate head, right? Like this. Then we have the lipid tails, like this. Done, the two layers. Now look carefully. Our cell membrane is like, this is the head, phosphate head, these are the tails, the lipids, the fatty acids, right? Here is my other friend standing, here other friend, and millions of these molecules are standing. And these molecules are not stable. These molecules show the nature of fluidity. They flow here and there. So it means that around the cytoplasm, right, around the cytoplasm, your cell membrane floats. Your cell membrane is always moving, right? So there should be some molecules which will tie their legs, right? For example, if here is a person standing, and here is a second friend standing, here is a third friend standing, and this is the fourth friend standing, right? So if you want to move this person in that way, and you want these three also to come together with them, so you have to tie their legs like this. Tie their legs. When the first person moves, the other will automatically move, right? So same is the case here. When the first phospholipid molecule moves, then the other moves, then the other moves, then the other moves, and millions of molecules are keep flowing around the cell membrane, around the cytoplasm, right? So here are the molecules which are holding their legs together, which are holding their legs together. These phospholipid molecules, they are holding these phospholipid molecules together in order to increase the structural integrity of this cell membrane. So when this first molecule moves, this cholesterol will take this second molecule with itself and will move, and this cell membrane keep on flowing around the cytoplasm like this. So these cholesterol molecules are present. Look here, I have drawn them here. These are the cholesterol molecules which are present in between the two phospholipid molecules, in between the two phospholipid molecules of the lower lipids or inner lipids and the outer lipids. Here these are your cholesterol molecules, cholesterol molecules, right? So these cholesterol molecules, and they are present in between the phospholipids, right? And they are packing the phospholipids, and they increase the structural integrity of the cell membrane. So we say they increase structural integrity of the cell membrane, right? So here are the cholesterol molecules present. Done. Next, the next important thing. This was all about the lipids of the cell membrane which are present. So in order for transportation, look carefully friends, for transport, which molecules can easily transport through the cell membrane, which molecules can go out and which molecules can come in, right? So look, I will draw a cell membrane here. Right? These are the lipids, okay, and this is the phospholipid bilayer, right? So what are the molecules which can easily move out through this phospholipid layer and which can easily move in through these phospholipid layers in order for transport? So those molecules, number one, look carefully friends, in the core of the cell membrane you have what? You have lipids, right? And these lipids are totally non-polar. These are non-polar. So which molecules can easily transport, can easily diffuse through this cell membrane? Number one, non-polar substances. Non-polar substances can easily diffuse. Why? Because in the core of cell membrane you have non-polar. You have lipids. So those molecules which can swim through lipids, those are allowed to move in and out. And next, those molecules which have a molecular weight or which have a size smaller or equal to these pores, right? Those molecules, for example, here is a molecule and here is a small molecule. Which one? This is first, this is second. Which molecule can move through this cell membrane? This one or this one? This one can easily move. So, smaller molecules and non-polar substances can move, can diffuse out and in through this cell membrane. Why? Because inside the cell membrane you have lipids, and lipids are non-polar, and those molecules which are non-polar, they can easily diffuse in and out. And those molecules which have small molecular weight, which have small size, they can diffuse in and out. But what about these molecules, right? What about these charged substances? What about polar substances? What will they do? Can polar substances diffuse? No. Can large molecular substances diffuse? No. So what will they do? They will use proteins. Look, these are the protein channels through which these molecules, these polar molecules and these large molecular weight substances can move in and out. Proteins will be discussed in the next lecture. So I hope, friends, this makes some sense to you guys, and this was about the lipids which are present and the cholesterol, which is what is the function of cholesterol in this cell membrane, right? So in the next lecture I will discuss about the proteins, the associated proteins and the carbohydrates which are present in the cell membrane. So see you in the next lecture, guys. Till then, Allah Hafiz.